Abom Enterprise. Machoman no Okatakyie di omo call Seche East no Omakasa. There's an update. You see a Russia Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah come Mampong government hospital. There's an update, and I have a lot to say about the MPP. And I think that the MPP should use this as a test case to do a lot of reforms down there. Moka Debi, I mean, MPP issue, man. I'm about Asante Achim, who's constituency are suspended. And some information I'm picking up, when it seems as a code, no. Yes. It's becoming quite apparent because now I was on phone for a long time trying to understand some of these things. Because you see, my confusion is that why is the party allowing this? And you see, most people don't know the seriousness of what is happening. About internal election and who's in Kennedy Bawumia. Yes. Maybe I want to internal constituency election. Because I want pan na abom tro na important. Na Bawumia some de prelims. Abato no ni ehu pan no mo ye no form one. Ko bebre no mo nya dwuma ono no party position na ni main work. Enti na dey na MPP former MP no wadwa no. Mebo videos na ma. Mama update on Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah. We are mebo might be in this video, and why I think that the MPP's leadership, I don't know why they're allowing things to happen that way. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribe and click the notification. The video be to my you have a comment. Why not? If you leave that comment in the comment section, we are make sure so we could Goldberry construction limit all the episodes in assassin crata some of the documentations related to your house in Goldberry in a big stage man in Amenra. Me catch us some more transfer Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah from Seche called Mampong because Mampong division yakasiem. Now Machoman for no mudom coin a back on a grant interview, baby, you free, ninja the children by TV. My casa is a chain. What are the children? Number yes, number yes, number is here. Yeah, it's 50. But 50. I don't want to die. Oh, yeah, now you're down. I'm gonna find him. Yes, if I know Kenyasi by it. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna minimum him. Honestly, I said, yeah, quite be I must have been a better. Yes, you can change ban of my hotel. I would die. Yes. Now, me catch you say abono. We have videos near the now. We did say abono, so that is your view. But me for me, someone that say abono, and everything about the gentleman show say abono. Now, the second point I want to make yesterday was that I made yesterday. I was questioning why the election happened. The Martin say apparently in the MPP and in some past election, it's what me fast. Hardly do they cancel it. Sana metete. So the perception of some people that from BNC, but that is dangerous. I'll come back to that later. The second question I raised was based on Article 3.4. Also be din someone be a constitution fine. So now let's come back to Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah. Why are people attacking him? I've never understood. The day Hanan then and Mudi Matemo later, me prove evidence. Mom was say Hanan in your hair court. No, Okatakyie was going to present a document to the police commander. Listen on, the police commander is the one supposed to be the head of the police in the region or in the district. He was there. Based on eyewitness report and based on my personal confirmations, he was there. So the foremost question, anybody who wants to be fair to the fact, and that's what person treat your brand and okay, to be but I always say when we want to analyze people, go after people, go with them at least with the full context. Newton Taylor na de be kind of. To every action, I'm assigned to them. To every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. What was the action? How is it that a party beyond the court order, read the MPP statement carefully, they say that because they want to be a law-abiding party, they are suspending the elections for that particular constituency. So the question is that who in the constituency allowed the election to happen? Let me quote for you something. Or say, The National Steering Committee was duly informed that the party has been served with the orders of interim injunction and subsequent motion or notice issued by a court of competent jurisdiction, restraining the party from proceeding with the conduct and supervision of election of the constituency executive election in Kenyasi East and Asante Achem Central constituencies, pending the determination of the respective applications or until otherwise ordered by the respective court. And so, wow, the party goes further to, as the law-abiding political party that upholds the rule of law, the party is bound to comply fully with the terms of the said court order, whilst taking necessary legal steps through its lawyers to challenge the orders and seek to have them set aside. Accordingly, the National Steering Committee hereby directs that with immediate effect, all activities relating to the conduct of constituency executive elections in Kenyasi East and Asante Achem Central constituency be suspended until further notice in compliance with the orders of the respective courts. So if someone is disrespecting the court, if someone is disrespecting the constitution, you are telling us that we should all watch on for it to happen. And that your first line of criticism is to attack the person because of MPP ni penasem because of Kasembia enya wode. But who is taking that step to disrespect the court and on the fire home? That is why our country always be a country like this. Because of you pick and choose. Onye nipa okay ni enye ni stay. But this is the tone of the message. The MPP themselves acknowledge that they've seen the court summons. The MPP themselves acknowledge that the National Steering Committee said that stopped the elections. The MPP themselves say that they are law-abiding party until the issues in court are addressed, election cannot happen. And someone is holding that election. That one is not a problem for anybody. It is the one who is presenting the sermons. Obi says, "Oh, a bailiff. You don't need a bailiff. Call any lawyer and come back. Call any lawyer and come back." So let's be fair. And you see, the reason why I was very, very keen on the action is that, man, who be that for me now? And man can be say, yeah, me start to kind MPP as my boss Asante Achem Central, and then I see. And I proved Kofi Ofosun cancer name or church, so man, you could be free party in the Konongo. So these things do not augur well for the party. And the me want to say, if you just East wa asem we koso no, o constituency chairman or yen to aba or constituency chairman. Meaning say political parties the constituency level no, omo council of elders, omo patrons. In the MPP person catches at all these levels, the leadership of the constituency didn't see what was happening. Now back to Okatakyie. Only fans Okatakyie by a mistake, no summit here. Is that how you treat people? Where's the police arrest that they be American? Yes, will be a formula. But church will be social media. Is that how we arrest the person? Is that how? It's moja ne free fan a buy. Someone say a moon, moja no, a yakuko moja. If free fan a buy, or Okatakyie unim no ujira one ye moon. She science chere say an kano kra. On the politics, you know, touching myself. The last two elections here before 2024, nipa 8 in the year. Why should people die because of elections? Just give me a reason why anybody should lose their life just because you got twaba. How about to anyway? Tanya Gama, no, which comment, beautiful comment. Say a politics na kwesa I say ye be DNT. And na me true post to be. Nente be brain to me kind of crazy how politics be say. On my life in ashim. That is the truth. The truth is that because we see a party structure now, and could do no. That is the point. So that is why we say analyze the action first. Sadia general rule say Abrante ninko UK. Na ya legisne Qatar. Onko fu plane say oko UK. That is where you must focus. That is where you must focus. Yase yen toaba na wo koto. You disrespect a party in the court, and that's what party in take what book court in India. Says a Ghana, ya man, ye Nimians as a catcher and say, oh, ya warrior. And court to granting interim injunction based not just based on a rim, it will be based on some level of fact. Say, be a baby Kosu, Yen Chen, Niamu Komponko Hechi, party wimbra, ya canning ya cotwaba, it be so Montias ya coto, on one day, ya call Massam ye, by Uncle Cabranti, because on only penasem. Entertain the beyond the time and the analysis, the emotions and the analysis, forgetting that someone is disrespecting the court order. And they say to you, so Eugene Bride, the court order, man, is that the society you want to build? Anybody can wake up and disrespect a court order. And this is the tone of them. We are people general secretary. And I'm a true message. There's a reason why the general secretary wrote this. In fact, what kind of message now? Or say immediate effect. There was a point where he talked about what? Accordingly, the National Steering Committee hereby that with immediate effect all activity. One kind election keko. So as a campaign activity be leading up to election. Munyai yentie and yakoye. Now the biya me kase munya mo party say ya. So if more and more party na no ye mo party say ya. How do you expect outsiders to view your party? Constituency elections. What at all is at stake? Yes, meaning internal politics na wase na na debt ya say Bawumia mo de na I agree. Yes, I agree. But na ya boa branti say. Children so obi abonten, mabu bi abonten and the condo politics no beba. Because you bebo obumbe. And they be a mekasa Sunday way na mo ye mama for me na sepono. And the reason why the people must be careful is that the constituencies. Pristia who ni takwanswa yi mama mu history of takwanswa yi msiti no. Okobe mines. And me go deep mbeze video ni beche. Okobe mines mabudi ko check what happened at takwanswa yi. So what be mpani insamo da. What happened in Ashanti region in 2020? The same thing happened in Western region. Because team seat, you know. It's not proper. It's not proper. But quite nyamen kebisi. It's not proper. Let the level field be fair. Moto no dafu free could no oyi other side bi area onimisa ware. And they be make election keto bi enimu. Even Ken West mu the SRC president. Skawom. So how much more national elections or elections of national character? So, the election be a keto bi enim. Ba we na fair. Na nipa no ko na ware a onimisa mare. And then we bibi go because o masa we dey jai we dey ware. But ye koto abebra injunction you are disrespecting the party. And it means that they don't respect the leadership of the party. They be a make one for them your house. That's the truth. That's the truth. Because we be a respect to political party. You don't not do this. I question ballot box. In fact, your bantam allegation no mu make. No me bomb out here be. Me can some media me boa. Abranten say nkofo na net no mu nye yisifo. Me na me kan me to aba or a delegate or bantam ho. So why are those people? So the party must investigate all these things. Otherwise, it can affect them in 2028. Ko Okatakyie no open as mo or and that's why I always say that election is 50+1. So if the person is willing to put himself forward to serve the party, let him go through the process. Then let the party people decide if they want that person to serve them. If the people decide that they don't want that person to serve them, that is it. Finito. And the field must be fair. Because people we invest emotions, we invest sika because election. Maybe I make just say me based on my experience. There are three main things that makes election. The first thing, anybody don't let anybody kill any message and then your strategy, your money, and your resources. They must hear some George. Flood relief from Kwado Konon AMP, see 10-6 unit classroom. Do you know the cost of one 6 unit classroom block? Now on your resource for where the Okofas is kind of way. On your resource for Okofas is kind of way. Now say me ma another example. Here at Jerry I made a call videos na that trend. See sometimes I know my frustrated. Tina me catch say MPs no sometimes teachers are a kind dom so no. Be brainy capre. It's resources before your message instructed. The foremost thing is resource, and the resource, if you disaggregate it, the bigger 90% is money. Because even when you want to get the best human resource, you attract them by money. It's just like radio poaching. So one person who need the best resource is poaching. Yeah, I'm a boss, do you know what it took for him to move? So for you to get that best resource, you need money, resources. Before it comes to the human side, and the human side is about 10% of the resource, the 90% is finances. So resources are invested, emotions are invested. So therefore, let the field be fair. And the MPP must cancel those elections. Election be about to say I cannot independently confirm. No, I'm say ya too. My chairman lose. But I've not cited, and that's what I said. I've not cited any court injunction. At least two minim our party secular. So I'm a checks here. The mammy, two no. Central, Central, ne figure such the East. Omo cancel election no. And they must make overtures to Okatakyie and Mahama Madam Mavis and Cancer Board. And whatever issue they have, they settle it. Because Ashanti region, NDC movie 5 unprecedented. Baby see able to make a local guy be the near the napa. Wafan ho abaji seat before you realize no make inroads in the constituency. So the MPP must watch it. Oma Bawumia adwuma na ye den dodo. Oma Bawumia adwuma, and the party leadership must be bold and strict and tell people the truth. Mon kind of credentials nyina mon some na mo ye no. Then back to the Machoman. Ma de amukoye ye de mokoye. Ye na munyai. So Okatakyie no kwa na ekọ president ya. We tutu kakra ye be dufu. Wanya careful wakonya police record on yi. Ntimi nya dwuma papa bi enye. De bia me ka, hore nsa me ye hash. Me de me se me ne hunu political party pan politician de se me di na ti akoye sei. It's not fit for purpose. Let's make our politics nice so that we attract the best of us. It shouldn't always be about bro. Me say, it should be about brains. Me idea ni, wensu idea ni. That is what the political parties must do. Well, me view no share your view in the comments section. We are not subscriber. Most subscriber no click the notification. The video be to my be who. Wait my favorite. Make sure so we show you the mama me here. Ghana and so here. Bye bye.